Welcome to Why Follow the Herd. I'm your host, Debbie Clement-Large. Today's show is all about stories. There are different types of stories, but some of the stories that we create certainly lead to our own suffering. Are you ready to find out more about these stories and what you can do about them? If so, I'll see you in a moment. So as I said in the intro, there are different types of stories. So we've got this type of story. Okay, so this is one of my books. This is a fiction. So this is a young adult fiction. And it's a story that has roots in a true story, but it was just inspired by the true story. It isn't actually that story at all. And we can use our imaginations to create fiction. We can use our imaginations to build a story, to create the characters, the dialogue, the situation. We can put them into all sorts of peril. We can put them into romantic situations. We can nourish our souls with wonderful stories that are inspiring. We can do so much with stories. There are a huge range of characters, from ones which are noble and loving and nourishing to the villains that get in our way and to stop the hero or heroine getting what they want or being who they were or challenging them to grow. So stories are wonderful. They're a great way to escape. They're a great way to learn about ourselves, about the world. They're a great way to learn about other people. But those are just fiction stories. But we also create our own stories. We do it all the time. We do it in our minds. We create stories about who we are, what's going on, how we fit into the world. So we create stories about ourselves. We create stories in saying, I am fat, or I'm thin, or I'm not good enough, or I'd like to do that, but I can't do that because of. And that's just a story that we are creating for ourselves. And stories can be long, like in a novel, or they can be short. They can be just a sentence. I am not good enough. It's a story about ourselves. We're labeling ourselves with the I am not good enough, or I can't do that. We're already saying me, label me, can't do something. We're creating a story about our abilities, about our beliefs. We might not have even have tried to do that thing yet. So how do we really know that we can't do it? We're creating stories. So our stories can uplift us. Our stories can inspire us. Our stories can bring us up to different heights and to achieving wonderful things. But our stories also have the power to create our own suffering. Our stories can spiral us down through fear, right from just the startings of doubt or concern, all the way down through anger or frustration, right the way down to hopelessness and despair. The stories we tell ourselves feed on one another like a snowball. They start small. And then if we allow our thoughts to carry on in that direction, they get bigger. And they get bigger and they get bigger and they get bigger. So it's a bit like pushing a snowball along the floor and it gathering more snow and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And our stories can do that too, if left unchecked. But we can let go of that story. We can acknowledge that what we're telling ourselves isn't necessarily the truth, isn't reality, because reality is here and now, just this second. And our stories are usually in the past, or our stories are very much in the future. And we scare ourselves. Are you willing to let go of scaring yourself? Are you willing to understand the stories you're telling yourself? You may not even be aware that you are telling yourself stories, but we all are at different levels and different degrees. So the gift we can give ourselves is understanding and gaining self-mastery over our self-talk and understanding the impact that has on our beliefs, on our energy, what we attract, what we create, how we move forward. It has an impact on everything. But we allow what we've learned so far to run out, to continue running, a bit like a computer operating system. We allow what we've learned over the years to keep playing out, to keep shaping our tomorrows. But really, you could change the story. And when you change the story today, you start changing your tomorrows. This is the work I do with a lot of clients, helping them to understand their stories, helping them to release suffering, helping them to recreate, to awaken to the truth of who they are, to reconnect to their own truth, and to reinvent their tomorrows. If you want to know a little bit more about what I do, you can check out whyfollowtheherd.com. If you just like a bit of positive to land in your inbox on a Monday morning, then you can sign up for that at whyfollowtheherd.com/positive. I hope some of this has helped you today. Have a think about the stories you're telling yourself. Are you inspiring yourself, or are you scaring yourself? And what can you do to change that? Have a wonderful day today. Please like, please share, please comment. I would love to know where you are at the moment. What stories are you telling yourself about life and the world and the situation, and where you are and what you think is going to happen next? Because that will have an impact on your tomorrow. Have a really fantastic day. Lovingly support and guide yourself today. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a good week.